Check it out. Check it out. Outdoor Expo. We got it done. She was a big slog, mate. I'm telling you. 3 weeks ago, it was all sheet metal on a pallet, and now it's like in the flesh. You can see it, you can touch it. Hours of it, man. You know, 2 a.m., 3 a.m. some nights in there. On the hustle. It's fucking sick. Sick to see it all come together, and it'll be there. And I hope everyone enjoys it. I don't care if you don't. I do. Proud of it, man. It's fucking cool, and it's cool to have it on the max extent and have support from those people like that in the industry, and they see your vision, they believe in you, and they back you all the way. It's good, bloody good. Let me hit the vape for the anxiety. Forces you to breathe. This shit's bad for you, but nothing like a bit of chemical in the lungs, you know. Just to ease the anxiety, the stress level.
Richie like Lionel, shit. You seen the Jesus, dip the H classes, ice project off light, shit flashes, blind and broke asses. Even got rocks in the beard and mustaches, rock top fashion.
Yeah, it's weird, man. I never. Like moving to New Zealand, coming from Australia, working with the companies that I've worked with over there and developing Morrison Fab with Daniel and the boys there, and where we come from, starting that up. I never thought I'd move to New Zealand for one, and starting a business was never on the cards, man. It was never in my sort of plan. So Probuilt Fab just sort of come out of nowhere, really, and moving over here, there was just no good work. I wasn't enjoying where I was working. I came from working on, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of Land Cruisers and custom fabrication and shit, to structural earthquake strengthening and stick welding, and just working in that dirty, grimy industry, and I hated it, you know, and the money was terrible. I'd just come from Perth in Henderson building with Austal ships, so I was over there doing seam welding and working on real big gear in the shipyards. They're building Navy vessels for like overseas Navy platforms, and getting good money, like proper good money, you know, sort of taking home $3 grand a week, and then come over here and my first job was $26 an hour. $26 an hour, mate. And I hated life. I hated it. It was the middle of winter, and after about 3 months I was like, nah, I'm done here. So I went back to Australia, just to try and figure myself out. The reason I moved over here was the relationship I was in with my ex-partner and our daughter, and she's from New Zealand, she's from Christchurch. She wanted to come back home. We had no family support where we were living in down south of Australia. I'm from up north, and we had no family support there, so she wanted to move over here, and that's why we ended up here. That relationship broke down. I was just over here to be close to my daughter. I didn't want to miss that, but I needed to figure out what the hell I was doing. I was moving into a bad space mentally, and I just didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I didn't want to be here. All my friends, all my family were back home, but my daughter was here. So I went back home and just figured myself out. Put my head down. I've always got a job back at Morrison Fab. He's one of my best mates over there. We've been building trays for 18 years, 19 years over there. We were the OGs back in the day, building trays before building trays was a thing. And so I went back there and I just thought, fuck it, I'm gonna knuckle down here, I'm gonna save as much money as I can, work my ass off, and come back over here and just work for myself. So that's what I did, just put my head down, bank some coin, and come over with some money to inject into a startup and getting a business rolling, you know, and that's what happened. Didn't know anyone. I thought, Bus, you're bit off more than you can chew here. You don't know anyone. You don't know anyone in the industry. You don't know any businesses. But I thought, fuck it, I'm gonna bite off more than I can chew, and chew like fuck. And that's what I did. and that's how Probuilt Fab come about. That was the platform. And then I got lucky, man. There was an opportunity, I thought, in the way people were projecting their work through social media and their content and stuff. No one was doing it well here. It was all just posting photos. If that, you know, the content was really bad here on a social media platform. So I thought, that's my window of opportunity. And it turns out had no idea what I was doing, but it's turned into a passion as well, man. I love videography. I love doing that stuff. I love creating my own content. But it caught the eye of, I was pretty lucky, like, of some guys in the industry that were on the come up, doing cool things with their trucks. Sean at Weekend Warriors, he approached me and was like, can you do some custom flares, custom guards for my Hilux? I'm building this whole Hilux on GU axles and coilovers and stuff. I want to put neg 44s on it. I want some custom guards. And I said, yeah, bro, done. And I probably built them way cheaper than I should have, but it was my foot in the door. It was a way to really put myself on the scale of being caught by the public eye and attention in the 4x4 scene, and it worked. From that, a lot of work streamed in after that, and I built a few things on my own truck, and snorkels and airboxes. And it was never the plan to build snorkels and airboxes. That was just something that I'd done in the past, and that took off. Snorkels was just coming in like no tomorrow, and the airboxes. And then Ryan Brown, a fellow out of Cromwell, approached me with his range. I hadn't built a deck here yet. And he approached me, and after I posted some photos on Facebook about some of the stuff I'd built back in Australia, he's like, bro, I'm building a Ranger, can you build me a deck? I said, yep. And he went the whole 9 yards. He wanted pantry slides, he wanted hot water, he did a huge Clearview fridge slide on a massive fridge. We did 12 volt, the whole deal, and that's what it was. That just catapulted me into that tray building category, and really put a name out there. He got in the NZ 4x4 magazine with that. We had a 5-page spread and a cover shot with that build, and that's nice Hilux, mate. Yeah, that really put me on the spectrum for building trays, and then that's when it took off, and it's just gone from one extreme to the next. With our trays, we've got so much work on in the pipeline, doing some really cool stuff. Been really fortunate to work with some really cool customers that we've targeted the really high-end market. You know, I really wanted to do a high-end tray. There was nothing but steel and galvanized wooden timber decks floating around. I think M2 was around. They do a quality product, but I think they were the only other ones. But there was no one doing custom fab or custom built trays on a high-end level, like really high quality custom built stuff, really nice finishing, really good parts and latches and locks and hinges and things like that. So that's where I wanted to go with it, and that's where we ended up, and that's what we're doing. We're building luxury trade builds on some of the best Land Cruisers in the country. Been fortunate there with the customer base that, you know, that we really did capture what I wanted to in the customer base, with not scared to spend money. You know, we've obviously had guys come through and been like, oh, how much for a deck? And you tell them and they're like, well, okay, it's out of my price range. But there's enough companies around that service those fellas as well. But we really got a handle on that market that wants high-end gear, and that was the goal, and that's where we're at. So the Ranger that we've just finished up, that's at this 4x4 Expo. It's just a showpiece of how high end you really can have the back end of your truck. You know, it doesn't make sense. You're paying big money for these vehicles these days, big money straight off the factory floor. It doesn't make sense to put something cheap on the back of it, you know, or a galvanized steel deck or whatever. They serve their purpose, man. The farmers love them, but you know, when you're spending that type of money on a new next gen Ranger with all this technology and all this, you know, all this high quality vehicle, doesn't make sense to have something second rate on the back, you know. So that's where we're at. That's what we capture, and that's what we do best. High-end luxury tray builds on the best trucks in the country, in my opinion. Profab trucks, man, that's where it's at. Probuilt Fabrication is our business. Profab trucks is what we create. It's cool. I love it. It's something I'm really passionate about. It turned a hobby. It was a hobby back in the day. We built a Hilux and I put a tray on it, and then I had my mates lining up for it, and it was just something I did on the weekends, you know, for my mates. And before it was really a big time industry, and it's still my hobby. It's still my passion. I'm still passionate about it. I love my work. I love what I do, and I take a lot of pride in it. So, you know, that's what you get when you come to Probuilt Fab for your trade build. I'm I'm only a one-man band. There was 2 of us. There was 3 of us actually, but I've scaled it back to a one-man band, just so I can really focus on that high quality craftsmanship, and just it's easy to manage for me. I like working on my own. I like doing it all myself. It's stressful at times, and business is fucking hard, and it can be very, very challenging, but I love it. I thrive in that type of environment. Pressure creates diamonds, and that's yeah, I love it. It's good. It shows in the work, you know. We're never stopping. We're going, you know, we never fail to innovate. The range is a testament to that, on how far you can push a build and how custom you can go with it. The finishings you can have on it with the decking that we've just put in there, the foam decking in there to protect all the powder coated deck, and the finishings, the Cerakote. Like Cerakote is something that's not been done on 4x4s here. We're the first. It's ultra hard wearing material, you know, like it's chip proof, it's scratch proof, and it's ultra thin. It's just a high quality, it's just a way of putting that high quality touch on an already high quality item, you know. It's great, I love it.
Ain't seen war, couldn't score if they had point game. They lame, speak my name, I make them dash like Dame. Love the dog.
More than you know. Go ahead and show. Gotta let it show. I love you, don't hate. I love you, don't. More than you know. A little funk in your house like that, y'all. A little funk in your house like this. A little funk in your house like that, y'all. A little funk in your house like this. A little funk in your house like that, y'all. A little funk in your house like this. A little funk in your house like that, y'all. Check it out like this.
It was all a dream. Baby, I'm dreaming. It was all a dream. Baby, I'm dreaming. It was all a
And it is sick. I'm happy with it.
Yeah, you got heaps of good feedback.
Yeah, it's been good, man. Like the messages coming through, and just people coming up and being like that were following the build leading into the expo and stuff, and just being like, fuck man, it's good to see it here. It's good to see you got it over the line, and you know, you've been putting in some big hours. It's good that people identified that, and it has been a big slog, man. It was a big 3 weeks, but yeah, the feedback coming through has been nothing short of like rewarding, and it sort of humbles you, you know, and gives you that perspective of your hard work's actually being noticed and seen by people, man. It's good. And the show's been unreal. The expo's bloody good. We got Fiji, and we got my man Alfie in the house. We got Big Monroe.
Hey, what's happening?
The boys are on. The Rangers down here. Check it out. 3 weeks ago, 152 hours, blood, sweat and tears into that thing, and it's super rewarding. Bloody good to have it on show for everyone. Super humbling for everyone that's come along, give me the solid feedback and all the... It's tearing me up, mate. Nah, it's bloody good, man. The feedback coming through has been unreal. Thanks for everyone for the support that sort of poured through, and the pats on the back and the handshakes and the high fives and the good jobs, and it was a dream, man, and it's come true. And it's fucking sick. Yeah.
This a the gun finger, this a the gun finger. You coulda strong like a lion, quick like a ninja. Fit you down the dance, bad man no linger. Gun finger, this a the gun finger. Gun finger, this a the gun finger. You coulda strong.
We're rolling. We got the big gear. Gordy Duff filming this one for us. I wanted to do an update before the expo, but we cut it fine. We got it down to the wire, to the point where we were fitting parts on the morning of the expo before everyone was allowed in, general public. But we got there. That's it right there. It was a long slog. It was a hard one. Long hours, super rewarding now that it's done though. We got everything done that we wanted. The vision is right there. It's in the flesh. It's exactly how I wanted it to play out and come together, and we nailed it. Obviously the light bar, that was a key feature that we wanted to incorporate. Things to note is that it's on linear actuators, powered by the 12 volt. It goes up and down. You can light it from your phone. It's on a Switch Pro in the cab. You can also operate it from your phone via Bluetooth. The up and down motion, the on, you can strobe the light bar, you can change the color. You can do everything from that Switch Pro. We've also got the front locker hooked up to that, the front light bar, a few other bits and pieces that will go on that Switch Pro as well that are same, again, operated from the phone. The colorway was something special that I was sort of keeping to myself a little bit. People that know me knew that I was always going to go black and gold. We went with the black textura finish on majority of the tray, gloss black doors. Cerakote was the gold option. We were going to go powder coated, but I wanted to do something different to what's already been around. So that's something special and new to New Zealand in the 4x4 scene that nobody else has done yet, which is it's what we do, man. We innovate, we push the level of what's possible with our builds and the design features that come with it, and that's just a key design feature that we wanted. We wanted that different texture, that different finish, that long-lasting durability from Cerakote. So that was something I really wanted to incorporate. Quarter boxes, all sealed. Obviously, radius corners. They're triple taper, or not a triple taper, but like a twin taper type deal. They follow the straight line of the flare, then they taper back with the angles of this. Then they're obviously parallel tangent across the bottom. Ties in with our XTR rear end, which you guys have seen in the previous episodes. That's our flagship high-end design tray rear end that we do with the recessed lights based around that tail light. Obviously the Lamborghini exhaust is in there. That's Cerakoted as well, the tip Cerakoted, all fabricated. This truck, I dream about challenges like this. Like, you know, it's what motivates me in the morning when I get up to tackle things like this, where it's just, there's thought process, there's design, you got to think 5 or 6 steps ahead to get the step that you're trying to achieve done and perfected, so that everything else just comes together. And this whole build was seamless. Like, it just came together seamlessly. There was a lot of hours, but it came together seamlessly. Like, it was such a rewarding feeling, and it was cool. So obviously the Lamborghini exhaust, the drawer comes all the way out. It's a full-length drawer, fully sealed, fully waterproof all the way through. Cup holders, all the drop sides come down. They're removable as well. This was a icing on the cake item from the Bro Beaver at Oki Deck over in Perth, WA. Shout out to Dylan King, he hooked me up with that. He's a good mate of Dylan's, he does a lot of work for him at King's Customs, and we reached out to them to get this done, and this is what came on the morning of the expo. We were waiting on this to courier. I nearly thought it wasn't going to be here, but it turned up, and we laid that in on the morning of the expo, and it's got our brand in there, and it's just really polished it off. Spare wheel cradle, obviously the spare wheel sits in there, it's all captive. Same again, beadlock kits on there. One thing to take note of is the bead rolled panels. That's a new thing to me fabrication wise. It's a new skill that I'm trying to pick up, is bead rolling and that sort of metal forming and shaping type of deal. So that was cool to get to put that into practice with our build in the infill panels up the front here. Got some work to do there. It's obviously new. I'll perfect that craft. It's something that I'll work on and get better at, and we'll nail that art down as well. But all the sheet metal involved with here was all custom design. Nothing on this tray apart from these, the bead locks, this panel, and the grill on the exhaust was laser cut. They were the only items that were laser cut. Everything else on this tray was handmade, hand built, cut by grinder, folded by manual sheet metal folder, all with the basic hand tools and fabrication skill out of this workshop. So it's sort of a testament to what's capable from Probuilt Fabrication and that workshop in there. We can do some incredible things, and it's really satisfying to know that this is handmade and it's come out of here into these and now into that. It's rewarding. I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of the motivation, and there's a lot of people I want to thank, man. The list could go on. I could rattle off so many names, but the people that matter the most know who they are, so thank you. Everyone enjoyed it. You know, we had a lot of traffic come through the expo, just admiring and giving the pats on the back and the handshakes, and just the appreciation behind it is super humbling, and I'm super grateful for those people. Thank you for coming by and seeing it and things like that. But like I said, man, I dream of challenges like this, and to think that 3 weeks ago this came on some of those pallets there in flat sheet metal pack to now being a real life object on the back of my truck. It's a dream build, and I challenge anyone to follow their dreams, their visions, their passions, and really challenge themselves to push themselves outside the boundaries of what they're really capable of and what they can achieve when they put their mind and their passion towards something. It's yeah, do it. It's good for you. It helps your mindset, it helps your mental health, and it's just super rewarding as a person to know what you're capable of. So that's the Ranger for now. There's obviously the things that we didn't get to with the shocks. We didn't manage to get them out and strip them down for a rebuild. We're going to Cerakote them black and gold as well. They'll come in another episode. And while they're out, we'll relocate that rear shock package back and get that all fined in. It's fine as it is. It does what I want. It's actually incredible the way it drives and what it does. But we will fine tune that and get that shock back now that we've got all that extra space in there. We'll do the front shocks as well. We are tossing up with an idea. There's a mate of mine with a Barra turbo sitting on a pallet in his garage that we're playing with the idea of that now. So here comes the boys rolling in. We're about to get it dirty. We're about to take it off road. We're about to use it for what we built it for. So guys, thank you. Hope you love it, and yeah, we'll see you on the next one. Like, subscribe, do all that cool stuff, and appreciate ya. Cheers.
Put up your right hand and your left one, two, and then gun finger. This a the gun finger. Gun finger, this a the gun finger. You coulda strong like a lion.